Hi, happy Monday. Nothing crochet to show you today. It's just a quick update about my Sunday injection. And I've actually got a little soldier here who wants to be included in the video. It's a good job he's not heavy, isn't it? Because I'm not supposed to be picking up anything or doing anything heavy, so it's a good job he's only a little, isn't it? Well, I think I told you in the past that I thought they'd forgotten me about my spinal block injection because it had been 9 months since I had one, and they're supposed to repeat them every 6 months, although they did say they were running a bit late. So it was a good job I did phone up because I think I had slipped off the end of the list. Nothing new about that. I seem to be very forgettable. Anyway, my son took me up to Rochdale Infirmary, where I've never been to before, and it was to see a specialist that I'd never seen before. So I was a bit, in trepidation, because you've had the same specialist like for 3 times on the run. You get kind of used to his ways, don't you? And you're thinking, I hope this guy's just as good as Dr. I can never pronounce his name. I think he's called Adidapu. They call him Dr. Josh. Anyway, I got there. This guy's got a name I can't even pronounce. It's about 1.5 inches long on the letterhead. But they seem to call him Dr. Swain, so I don't know whether that's an abbreviation of his name. And anyway, it gets there, and you have to wait and you have to mess about as usual. I don't know why they have you going in so early when they don't take you in for hours. Anyway, it finally gets into the, the lead up to the operating theatre, because they do it all, under sterile conditions, obviously. So they linked me up to a heart monitor, they linked me up to a blood pressure machine, and they put a cannula in my wrist. So I thought, hey up, what's going on here? I said, well, I'm having it done under local. They said, oh yeah, but Dr. Swain likes to put everything in place just in case anything, happens. So I'm thinking, oh, is he expecting something to happen? You're thinking, oh my goodness me. But it turns out that he's a very, very thorough man. And he actually did like little images all over my back, like photography images, x-ray images or whatever, all over my back before he started. And she said, oh, he does that. He likes to make sure he's putting the injection in completely the right place. All of which I'd never had done before. So I thought, sounds as though he knows what he's doing, Anyway, I got this, wow, you've got impressive metalwork in your bag. He's just trying to make sure that he gets it right so it's nowhere near the metalwork. Anyway, the next news is the cannula in my wrist. This pumps it full of antibiotics, and they said that's just in case, because there's a slight risk that you can get an infection when you've got all this metalwork in your back, which again had never been done before. And the blood pressure thing kept tightening on my arm, which is making me slightly nervous, Anyway, the nurse that was sort of at the head of me, she was really, really sweet. She was really nice. And I said, the biggest pain I've got at the minute is my neck, because I had a pillow underneath me, which I've never had before. Because I've got problems with my neck, but we won't go into that. It's all wear and tear and osteoarthritis, etc., etc. They don't want to operate on it because, it might make me less mobile than it is already, so I just put up with the pain. Anyway, she rubbed the back of my neck for me, which I thought was very sweet. And then when he started putting the injections in, I wasn't too bad, with a little in, you just feel a sharp sting, they say, and you go, where it's just the local anaesthetic going in all the way around your back, yeah. So all was well and good until we got to the injection, which does hurt. I'm not going to lie to you. If you've had it done, you know what I'm talking about. It does hurt. So I must have been like tensing or whatever when he was doing this, and she's stroking my arm, stroking my hand, saying, breathe through it. It's like being in labour. Don't tense up. Just breathe, yeah? And she's going, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Which I must say was, relaxing, because she's stroking my arm, stroking my hand and telling me how to breathe. And I was not, like clenching then and not fighting against the injection, which did help a lot not to hurt as much. And he did put it in quite slowly, which, again, that's not happened to me before. It's just been like a whoosh and a lot's gone in, you know. But he was, well, he didn't speak, actually. He was a very taciturn man. It was the nurse who was talking to me. And she said, oh, he likes to put it in bit by bit so it's not like a huge jag on your nerves. Which, I mean, I still felt it going in. I'm not lying to you, it does jag down your spine and your nerves. And then she said, oh, he's finished now, and that was it. And then she said, he wants you to lie flat for a while because of your metalwork and stuff, which again I'd never been told to do. It was more or less get off the gurney and sit on a chair last time I went in. But no, they took me into a little ward, laid me flat, and after a little while they said, you can sit up now and we'll bring you a couple of biscuits and a coffee. But meanwhile, in all of this, they'd taken my phone and all my personal belongings off me, except for a book and my glasses, which I was grateful for, because I read half a book while I was waiting. But my poor son, they told him it'd be about 2 hours. And he came back after 2 hours, and of course I'd only just gone into the theatre by then. And I think they told him a fib, because actually I wasn't in theatre that long, and I wasn't out of theatre that long, if you know what I mean, before I could go home. So the poor soul had been sitting in the waiting room for a good 2 hours. I think he used all his mobile data up on his phone, because he wasn't linked to the net, you know. And I mean, he was very sweet about it. He didn't grumble or anything like that. So I should be grateful for that. But he said, I thought you were going to ring me. I said, well, I would have done. I said, but they took my phone off me. Take all your valuables off you. Not that I've got any valuables, because the only jewellery I usually wear is costume, I think they call it, not junk, it's costume jewellery. I don't wear a watch. The battery ran down in my watch, months and months ago, and I haven't taken it to get a new battery put in it yet. And I don't wear any rings, because I'm not married anymore, not engaged, so I don't wear any rings. And I did have a chain around my neck, a gold chain, you may have noticed it. But one night when I was sleeping, it had dug right into the side of my neck. I must have had my neck in a funny position, and it made my neck really sore. So I took it off. I'm only laughing because he's snoring. So today I haven't done really anything. The gardener came, the window cleaner came, the postman came. Not with anything interesting, but the postman came. So it's all been a very interesting, barking kind of day for Gigi. It's broken his day up. Oh, and then we had to go and let Buddy out for a wee. That's the dog next door, because his daddy was held up and he needed a wee. So we've had quite an eventful day, so the little man is tired now. But I thought I'd just pop on, even though I've not got anything to say to you, because I was crocheting while I was on the live video. I'd started doing a mermaid tail blanket, so I've unpulled it 3 times now because it just isn't working right. So I'm now doing a Janet version, which means don't ask me for the pattern because I'm doing it my way. I've weighed up the sort of the way that they do things, and I'm doing mine in a strand of white and a strand of this blue random, because the blue random was so thin. It wasn't like double knitting, it was really, really more like our 4-ply, your fingering weight. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to crochet like it. It's a big blanket really, isn't it, a mermaid tail. So I thought, I'm not doing that. It's going to take me forever. And I've got orders to do, and I've got my Christmas stuff to do for my family. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I have put in an ice order, but don't panic, people. It was just 2 colours that I spotted that they have on offer, and I thought, they're just nice colours for my nieces. So even though I've put an order for yarn in, don't shout, because it's destined for Christmas presents. Like the other order I put in, that was destined for Christmas presents too. I'm trying to start a little earlier this year, instead of giving myself the absolute screaming abdabs, you know, about a week before Christmas, when I'm sitting up burning the midnight oil. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I'm hoping that Sue is going to call and see me this week. Not seeing Kelly this week because the children are off school. It's half-term holidays. I will be seeing my niece hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday or whenever, because I didn't do a food shop because she was busy at the weekend and I was busy lying on an operating table. But as you can see, I'm still here. So I shouldn't really be rocking him, should I? But it's force of habit. It's like when you give your baby, you always start rocking, don't you? When they give me Gigi, I always start rocking. So I'm going to go and rest my back up. I'll probably do a bit of reading because, you know, I can stretch out and read. I can't really crochet so much when I'm laid down. How people crochet when they're in bed, I don't know. They must prop themselves up. So I'm trying to give, you know, the back of my neck like kind of a rest and my spine a rest, because even when you're crocheting you do actually use your spine. It's very funny, isn't it? But you don't realise until you've had injections in it that... Yes, so I had my shower this morning, took off the plaster that was stuck on it. With their permission, they told me to take it off today. So that's a sticking plaster. I don't know what you call them, a band-aid I think you call them in America. I had a big one in the centre of my back, so I took that off. And had my shower. I think I'm probably still covered in the iodine stuff, that brownie stuff they paint you with, but it'll wear off eventually. Because even though I was a bit ginger about soaping around that area, you know, I didn't want to use a back brush or anything like on that area because I thought it might be a bit tender. So I just kind of gently soaped it down. So no doubt the iodine will wear off eventually. If not, it'll give me an interesting back view for a while, won't it? Anyway, Gigi and I are going to say goodbye. I've got my coffee here. And you know when your lips are sticking to your teeth because your mouth's dry? Well, that's what's happening at the minute. So I'm going to go. Anyway, I was a good girl because my diabetic levels were wonderful when I went yesterday. And my blood pressure was slightly high, but then they expected that because of the circumstances, you know, because you always get a bit when you're in hospital, don't you? And my oxygen and my heartbeats were okay, so I'm good to go another few months. And oh, he did speak to me one time, I beg your pardon, but when we were going out, I said to him, thank you. And he said, how long do these injections usually last? And I said, well, normally they last me 6 months, but obviously I've been delayed this time, it's been over 9 months. So he said, oh, okay then, and he carried down back to his writing, so hopefully I'll get him again. Not that I've got anything against Mr. Adidopo, but whichever one. But I just thought he was so thorough. But I tell you what, that NHS nurse, she was worth every penny that she earned that day. I tell you. Oh, he's grumbling now. Can you hear him? Can you hear the grumbles? Say goodbye to everybody, Gigi. Say goodbye. We're going to turn the camera off now. So it's bye from me and bye from my lovely Gigi.